On August 4th, New York City fell into riots over a social media star's giveaway. 5 days later, London, England saw almost the same exact thing. But this mob of unemployed behavior wasn't there for PlayStation 5. They were responding to a TikTok social media post directly calling to loot a JD Sports sneaker store, telling people to arrive wearing balaclava masks and gloves, saying, "Don't come if you can't run." And a large mob did show up, running through a Primark clothing store,
Everybody knows we outside.
hitting what appears to be a candy shop and the Uniqlo nearby. Now, eventually UK police did arrive to Oxford Street. But not necessarily riot police, but the Territory Support Group. So the mob did appear to be dispersing somewhat. As their crossing guard-looking coppers made a few arrests. But their media reported on it as a clash with youths, and apparently that's the new nomenclature, going from looters to bread foragers to large gatherings to, I guess, the only thing that's acceptable in the dinosaur media now as youths or youngsters, where the Westminster police proudly announced they arrested 5 people, which is truly tragic. Where I knew in blue cities in the US you couldn't count on the police for protection, but now internationally it seems law enforcement can't do much about crime at this scale, but at least we can keep ourselves safe online. That's why it's great that Private Internet Access sponsored this video. They provide the best VPN for your computer, phone, or whatever devices you're accessing the internet with, as a VPN helps protect your online data from hackers, the Wi-Fi admin, or anyone that wants to track what you're doing on the internet. Because browsing the internet without a VPN is like sitting in your bedroom with a microphone on, just broadcasting everything you're saying to anybody that wants to listen. But not only that, it also allows you to connect to your favorite streaming services as well, as oftentimes these apps, including YouTube, will limit access to content by country. So let's just say that I want to watch a movie that's currently not available for streaming in the US. Using their Chrome extension, I can switch my IP address to a country that does have the film available with just one click. And not only that, I can also block access to my camera, microphone, even location, all through their simple, easy-to-use extension, which is insanely helpful, as now you can use private internet access on unlimited devices. So click my link in the description for 83% off and 4 months free of private internet access. And what an insane world to live in today, where online mobs can basically overthrow a city with the assistance of a Chinese social media app. Now, it's not entirely fair to question why London wasn't prepared for this new level of flash looting prompted by social media, but it does appear that London is experiencing the same level of rampant lawlessness we see in the US, where thieves can brazenly steal backpacks full of liquor without a police officer in sight.
I'll be back tomorrow, same time.
That is, unless you're a girl with a mental disorder that said mean things to a UK copper.
I'm telling you, I've got Eunice coming. She's going to be arrested tonight. Because she said, I think she's a lesbian like Nana.
Apparently only then do they have an entire platoon of police to make that arrest. Which looks an awful lot like NYC, where a mob of youths can chant for the NYPD to place your eater on my Peter, which terrifies the cops as they flee the scene. But unless you're an elderly Asian male, then apparently they dispatch the entire precinct. Now, we don't know the full story, as that old man could have been a dangerous armed criminal attacking people in his community, and we'd be happy to see law enforcement keeping them safe. It's just interesting how modern day coppers pick and choose who can be arrested. Because if you're a kid in England with a mental disorder, I imagine you won't be saying mean words to sensitive UK cops anymore. But the mob of youths that ransacked Oxford Street, there was what? 500 people there, and 5 got arrested? With a 99% success rate, I can almost guarantee it's going to happen again. As it appears, TikTok has its hold on the English audience as well.
Advertising and promoting lawless shoplifting and theft, and they didn't take it down.
I talked about gender questioning and I was taken down and cancelled for hate speech and inciting violence. TikTok have got serious questions to answer.
Yeah, they really have.
But that doesn't in any way excuse the lawlessness that's going on literally as we speak.
And he has a great point. How peculiar is it that UK and US TikTok seems to be overflowing with fatherless antics? The same Chinese TikTok that is banned in China that has a much more wholesome Chinese version for their citizens, Douyin. And in case you hadn't seen my other segment, Chinese Douyin is filled with teaching kids to use toy mortars, as their youth learns to use toy rocket launchers, and even how to disassemble toy model sidearms. So let's just entertain the tinfoil hat theory that due to the US and UK's financial support and arming of Ukraine, we are heading to a hot conflict with the BRICS nations. How easy would it be for China to use Gen Z's addiction to social media against us, manipulate the TikTok algorithm to push low information voters to defund the police rhetoric, make it trendy to vote for candidates on China's payroll, and make literal calls for criminal behavior to trend on their front page? I'm not necessarily saying that this is happening, but if it was, it's working. Because all the lawlessness that seemingly gets supported on social media almost feels artificial, as who would legitimately want criminals to make more than any of us do in an entire year in just one theft? Because it doesn't need to be this way, as in Japan the citizens simply don't accept crime, as this man just drags a criminal to the local police station, and there's no social media outcry about how he was only stealing bread. No wonder US citizens make it to Japan and are simply bewildered on how safe it is at night.
You can't even compare it. It would be like comparing a modern Tesla car to a horse and buggy. Yet this city will blow away like anything. Boston, Austin, Texas, like, doesn't matter. This is like the clean, safe, modern wizardry.
And I actually watch a lot of the Walking at Night in Asia videos, as one, their cities are stunningly beautiful, but two, an insane level of jealousy of being able to make YouTube content by just walking casually in the streets at night. Now, I truly think there is a path for the US to see that level of safety in our city streets, but I need this channel to hit like 10 million subscribers to snap some sense back into the masses. Because I'm not a left versus right guy, or a this political party of shady elites will save us from that political party of shady elites. I'm just a common sense meme, where I can do a commentary video on a bear brazenly stealing from a convenience store. But then you'll see comments of people unironically saying, "You never see polar bears doing this," or even, "Why do your videos only show brown bears doing this?" As if it's some moral obligation for me to go out and find other footage for the specific purpose of saying, "Oh look, a white bird, see, they do it too." And if you think this example is fucking stupid, that's because it is. Nobody in the real world cares about what the person robbing them looks like, they just don't want to get robbed. But somehow the news media stepped in to say, we want to treat the real world like a Netflix series and try to get more equal representation. So if 6 grizzly youths mauled and ate some members of the Rolling Hundreds neighborhood Cubs, there's no national media coverage on that. Not because it's not happening, because it's just more important to them to preserve their narrative, as the media wants you to think that we're all out there against each other. But in reality, most people just want to chill and crack open some kibble with the homies. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on what's really going on in the world, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on how Seattle got exactly what it voted for.